Well, it's actually looking sort of like it might get nice at some point. It's kind of cloudy still, though. It was raining cats and dogs and gale force winds earlier while I was out doing hill sprints, of course. The guy with the hedge trimmer down there is making me nuts. He's been doing this now for about 5 hours. So we're going to go in so I can't hear him. Anyway, 'tis the season, right? Trim hedges. Anyway, I went to a little nutrition talk a couple of weeks ago, and it's taken me a while to get it out just because it's pretty long and it's going to take some editing. But I went with the place I go quite a bit, my friends at InfoFit, and they had a special speaker that day, and she had quite a bit to talk about the liver, liver function, eating for your liver, and belly fat, and what your liver has to do with belly fat. And I thought it was really, really, really informative. So rather than cut the whole thing out or cut the whole thing down into a quick 10 minutes that YouTube allows, I got special permission from Andre, the head of InfoFit, to share the whole thing with you guys this time. They really, really do have some really informative, interesting talks in InfoFit. So if you're in my area here in Vancouver, definitely take a look at their website and check them out. Because they might have some talks coming up that you might want to attend just for your own information, because they really do give out some really, really informative talks and have some interesting speakers. So enough ado. I'm going to just go ahead and splice into it now and play it for you. It's going to be several videos because of the YouTube constraints. So when you get to the end, just go down to the next one and click play, and it'll continue along. Be a bit of a continuation, probably be wind up being 3 or 4 videos once it's all done. But listen to it all, because if you're at all interested in ways to cut belly fat or ways to eat for good health, then you really want to listen to this. You really, really do. So here we go.
Why the liver is such an important organ. When you're eating healthy, the liver will flourish. When you're not eating healthy, the liver will not flourish. So let's start. So it's not just about what you're eating, it's also the way in which you eat. If you're constantly eating on the run, or if you're eating breakfast in the car every single day, all of these things have an impact on your physiology, on your body. And whenever you are eating, how is it affecting the way you're feeling? If you're in a rush when you're eating, is your heart racing? Are you a little bit stressed that you're having to eat and then you have to run off to work, or then you have to run off pick up the kids, or whatever it is that you have to do? So it's not just a question of what it is that you're eating, it's also how, the way in which that you actually eat will also affect you and your body. So anytime you need to think of something and you feel like, okay, I have to do this better, or this is my goal that I need to make for myself, change is very difficult. As a human, we like to do things our way. But when we have to change something, it's not easy by any means. So what I always like to tell people is, remember the 21-day rule, which I'm sure you all know, which is it takes 21 days to actually change something about yourself. So if you're, that's okay. If you're someone that, let's say, just never eats breakfast and just tends to just have that cup of coffee in the morning, and you just feel nauseous, or you just don't feel good. I hear that a lot. So one of the things to remember is that if for 21 days solid, you consistently try and eat something small in the morning, and you will find over that course of those 21 days, it's going to become that much easier for you to actually eat something in the morning. And I find that as human beings, individuals, when we are motivated, when you want to do something, there is nothing that can stop you except your own mind. So you tell yourself, this is what I want to do, this is the path that you want to take, no matter what happens around you, you have that capability of changing. But just remember to be nice to yourself and go on the way. So what are we going to eat though? So diet, we've all heard this a million times. Diet can prevent disease. Diet has the ability to make sure that you don't get diabetes. But remember, it's not a cure-all either. There is, we're humans at the end of the day. So if you're going to go out and have that minimally processed food once in a while, it's not a big deal. So just remember that for your own self, that it's not about really the counting of the calories. So if you're one that always counts calories constantly, what is it that you're actually trying to achieve? What is it that you're actually feeling for your own body, for your own self? What I like to, instigate or educate people on, it's not to just balance everything out. When you're eating, you want to eat right, but don't focus on the food all the time. Maybe one day a week go vegetarian, don't have any meat whatsoever. Maybe another day of the week, pick that day, you have fish once a week. And always varying your fruits and your vegetables. So always looking at the seasons typically, at this time of year. Not like summer's really here yet, but it's getting there. We're going to see more and more different colors of fruits and vegetables around. And at the times that we don't have those same colors, it's a good idea to maybe during the summer months when you do have all these different options of fruits and vegetables, maybe you freeze them on your own instead of buying the frozen stuff during the winter months. So always varying your fruits and vegetables, varying your vegetarian intake or your fish, and just remember that the better that you do for you will benefit you in the long run. And exercise, we know this, all of you are personal trainers, almost all of you. And you know that exercise can ward off so many different diseases. You know it will improve your muscle mass. You know that it has so many benefits for you. But the key I find to exercising with so many patients is the consistency. And it's something that you like to do. If you're someone that hates going to the gym, then don't go. Then you find something that is going to get your heart rate up. So find something that's going to get you motivated to get outside. And if you're one that loves to go for a walk, then you go for that walk every single day. If you're someone that loves to get on the mountain and love to hike, that is cardiovascular. Then you do something that you actually enjoy. That alone will help you be consistent. Because if you're doing something that you really hate, what are the chances you're actually going to do it for 21 days? It's slim to none. No? Agree? No?
Agree.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. And the other part of this whole saga is to enjoy your life. It's not just about the eating. It's not just about the exercising. Just even being. That I know a lot of people that are so serious about their diet and exercise. That's all they think about. That's all they breathe every single day. But then they forget that it's okay to go out with their friends, once in a while. I've seen many people where they're just so dead set against having to do that exercise because they know it's going to benefit them. They forget about parties. They don't go visit their friends as often. Or they are, will not take that vacation, or they will not spend that time with, their family or people that they want to be with, because they're so focused on just doing the diet and the exercise, or just doing, they're too serious when it comes to food. So, but if you surround yourself with people that you like, and you actually go to parties, and you actually, socialize, as human beings, we're social individuals. It's not just about exercising by ourselves or eating by ourselves. You go and enjoy your life. Everything tends to fall into place. So what's my actual point? I don't know what the hell I'm saying here. So the point is, it's not just eating, but when you're eating right, you're also healing internally. Your physiology is changing as you're eating, and the way in which you're eating, your physiology is changing. And we go through different waves of stresses in our life, depending on where you are in your lifetime. In your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or whatever. Depending on where you are, you'll go through different phases of your life. And when you do go through these different phases, your stress levels themselves will change. And when your stress levels change, the load on your liver will change. So for example, as you're a little baby, when you're constantly breastfeeding, the load on that liver is huge because that little baby has to convert all that bilirubin that has just been exposed to. In your 20s, you tend to party a lot, drink, whatever you need to do. Your liver, again, has a nice big load on there. And then when you get into this work world and all you're doing is working, you don't have time for exercising, that is a different load on your physical liver. So what I'm going to talk about is liver and how it is the most important organ in your body, outside the heart, of course. And it is the one that will manufacture anything for you. If the liver does not work, like your heart stops pumping, you're dead. Liver is the second most important there. If the liver is not able to break down food for you, if the liver is not able to process any drugs, stuff that you do take regularly, it is going to cause a huge havoc in your body. So no matter how well you eat, this is an organ you always want to make sure is working at its tip-top shape. So did you know the liver is one that can actually self-regulate? You can cut off a chunk of your liver and it will regrow. That is the coolest thing. There's no other organ in our body that can actually do that. So it can lose actually 3/4 of the cells before it'll actually stop functioning, which is huge when you consider how big this liver is. Everyone knows what the liver is, right? You're right underneath the ribcage, right? Okay, let me just check it. Anyone that does it? Andre?
I just saw the pictures.
On the right side. So it can grow itself back, so you can see the importance of that beautiful organ. It has more than 500 functions that have been shown that the liver actually does for you. So one of the three top most important for me, I think, as a practitioner is the liver will store for you extra sugar. So if you are diabetic, or if you have that tendency towards diabetes, or if you do have that type of lifestyle, that potentially your blood sugar is high, you will see deposits of glucose in your liver that goes beyond what is normal. The liver is also responsible for maintaining your blood sugar levels. So it is our pancreas, yes, that releases our insulin and our glucagon for us that helps balance that, but it's the liver that makes sure that we process those hormones correctly. So estrogen is another example. For women that have high levels of estrogen, you want to look at liver function. Liver is the one that metabolizes estrogen for you. When you look at thyroid hormone, thyroid is your active hormone. It gets you your body's basal metabolic energy. It gives you your ability to be motivated. It's your antidepressant, your thyroid. Liver is the one that converts the inactive into the active thyroid. So that's just a couple of examples of the importance of our liver. So again, the liver stores for us sugar, so when we need it during exercise or just during any activity we are required to have glucose, the liver will then flush out glucose for us so we can actually use it as energy. But it's also very important in storing for us our fat-soluble vitamins. So those are the ones that can build up in our fat, but the liver is the one that actually houses them. So when we need them, it's the one that flushes them out for us. So A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble, but the other two that it also works with the bone marrow is B12 and folic acid. So when our bone marrow makes red blood cells for us, it signals the liver that, listen, we need B12 and folic acid. So the liver will then flush that out for the bone marrow to use to make red blood cells. Not easy. So minerals, copper and iron. So again, when we are needing things for our heart, when we need to make sure that our kidneys are functioning properly, your copper and iron are one of the most important minerals there as well. So liver again is responsible for that. To make sure when our bodies require, when we are exercising a lot, we require extra iron. It's our liver that makes sure that it will house the extra iron and give it to us when we absolutely need it. So the liver also, for us, will purify, it will transform, and it will clear all those toxins in our body. So when we are exposed to environmental toxins, such as you're behind a bus that just spewed all that exhaust for you, and you happen to breathe it all in, it is your liver, not necessarily the lungs, but the liver that makes sure all those carbon monoxide, all that byproduct of what you've just breathed in, it's the liver that has to go and clear it out of your body. And then again, as I was saying before about metabolizing hormones, almost every single hormone in our body is actually metabolized by our liver. What I mean by that is your liver is the one that will break down estrogen for you into different components in which our body is able to use. So estrogen, for example, estradiol is the one that, if you're a female, you are menstruating, estradiol is the one to make sure that you are menstruating regularly. Liver makes sure that it converts the estrogen for you into the estradiol so you're able to menstruate.
So when the liver